The pumpkins are glowing, the bats are flying, and the ghosts are giggling. It's time for Haunted Round 1 of Halloween trivia for kids. Question: which famous Halloween monster is said to rise when there's a full moon? The answer is the werewolf. Fun fact: werewolves love full moons so much, they treat it like a disco party in the sky. Question: if you had some hynophobia, you'd be scared of costumes, candy, and spooky decorations. What holiday would give you the creeps? The answer is Halloween. Fun fact: the word Samhainophobia comes from Samhain, an old Irish festival that inspired today's Halloween. Question: what item do witches traditionally ride? The answer is a broomstick. Fun fact: witches were said to hop on broomsticks for magical sky rides under the moonlight. Question: what spooky household pet is often seen riding on a witch's broom? The answer is a cat. Fun fact: black cats aren't bad luck. They're just furry ninjas with Halloween style. Question: what plant, besides pumpkins, is associated with warding off evil spirits during Halloween? The answer is garlic. Fun fact: garlic isn't just for pizza, it's the original vampire repellent. Question: what's the most popular Halloween costume for pets? The answer is pumpkin. Fun fact: more than 10% of pet owners dress their animals in pumpkin costumes each year. Pretty spooky cool, right? Question: what candy was originally called chicken feed? The answer is candy corn. Fun fact: candy corn was once called chicken feed because it looked like the food chickens ate. Question: what creepy crawlers symbolize fate and mystery on Halloween? The answer is spider. Fun fact: old folklore said killing a spider on Halloween would bring bad luck. Question: what candy was voted America's favorite Halloween treat in multiple surveys? The answer is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Fun fact: they were first created in 1928 and remain the top-selling candy in the US. Question: what famous Halloween song begins with "Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange"? The answer is "This is Halloween." Fun fact: the song "This is Halloween" comes from the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas. Question: what does the word Halloween actually mean? The answer is All Hallows Eve. Fun fact: it's the evening before All Saints' Day, November 1st. Question: which U.S. city is famous for its extravagant Halloween parade in Greenwich Village? The answer is New York City. Fun fact: New York City's Halloween parade is one of the biggest in the world, with over 50,000 costumed marchers. Question: what candy slogan says, "Taste the rainbow"? The answer is Skittles. Fun fact: Skittles were first made in the UK in 1974, before becoming a US favorite. Question: which ghost from Ghostbusters is green and loves to eat everything? The answer is Slimer. Fun fact, Slimer was originally called Onion Head during production because of his bad smell. Question: what do people bob for at Halloween parties? The answer is apples. Fun fact, people bob for apples because it was once a fortune-telling game about who would marry next. Question: which friendly ghost became a classic cartoon and movie character? The answer is Casper. Fun fact, Casper first appeared in a 1940s cartoon as the friendliest ghost you'll ever meet. Question: what candy bar slogan is, "You're not you when you're hungry"? The answer is Snickers. Fun fact, the Snickers bar got its name from the Mars family's favorite horse. Question: which famous vampire counts "I want to suck your blood" among his most quoted lines? The answer is Count Dracula. Fun fact, that line never actually appears in Bram Stoker's novel or the 1931 film. Question: what creature symbolizes death and rebirth in Halloween lore? The answer is bat. Fun fact, bats are a Halloween symbol because they come out at night and were often seen near ancient bonfires. Question: which fruit is often associated with Halloween due to its orange color? The answer is the pumpkin. Fun fact, pumpkins became the Halloween star after people in America swapped turnips for the larger, easier-to-carve fruit. Question: why don't vampires like going to the beach? The answer is because they hate the sun. Fun fact, in most stories, vampires can only come out after sunset. That's why they're called creatures of the night. Question: what Halloween party game involves using your teeth to grab something floating in water? The answer is bobbing for apples. Fun fact, bobbing for apples started in England as a love-matching game during fall festivals. Question: what creature turns to stone when exposed to sunlight? The answer is a gargoyle. Fun fact, gargoyles were built on old buildings to scare away evil spirits and to drain rainwater. Question: what is the most popular Halloween costume in the United States most years? The answer is witch. Fun fact, you can bet K-pop Demon Hunter's costume will be a bigger hit this year. Question: in The Nightmare Before Christmas, who is the Pumpkin King? The answer is Jack Skellington. Fun fact, Jack Skellington is best at planning Halloween in Halloween Town. But deep down, he dreams of trying something new, like celebrating Christmas. Thanks for creeping it real with us. If you had a spooktacular time, give this video a like, hit subscribe, and share the Halloween fun with your ghoulish gang. More tricks, treats, and trivia await. See you in the next haunted round.